History is constantly made at Monster Jam. Of course, you've got 40 years of Monster Jam in the making, and a part of that history is not only Charlie Pauken, but of course, Charlie Pauken III. Congratulations, you are now not only a Monster Jam driver, but have your own series. How exciting is that? Of course, it was just announced yesterday, and I know you've been holding this good news in for a long time.
Oh yeah, super excited to finally have my chance to compete on a Monster Jam arena tour. It's something I dreamed of my entire life, and I feel like I've definitely worked my way to my spot, and it's something that I'll never take for granted.
And of course, here today, you're going to be crewing on these Monster Jam trucks. We've got a few pictures to put up, though, just to really culminate the fact that this history that you have. Of course, talk a little bit about your father and what brings you to Monster Jam. And like you said, that you were once just a fan, and now this is your everyday life.
That's right. My dad is Charlie Pauken. He's driven Gravedigger, many other names for over 30 years. And I've gone to shows so many times, and it's just been a part of my life year after year. So to be able to come out here and not only work on the trucks, but then now drive, it truly means a lot to me.
And, something that we were just pointing out is a letter, and it was just a little note from kindergarten. Can you talk to us about that story? I know you probably don't remember, but I'm sure you've been told.
Yeah, I don't really remember it, but it was a little thing that we did in kindergarten, basically just what we wanted to do, or I guess, goals. And mine was to be a monster truck driver, and that goal has never left me ever since.
It just goes to say that no goal is too big as long as you put your mind to it. And, of course, we have some of your best buddies up there at the desk right now. We're going to throw on over to Keaton Stewart to talk more about this amazing story. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Lindsay, thank you so much. And you said it takes a village. And I've got two very strong pillars of that village joining me right now, Matt Pagliarulo and John Zimmer. And Matt, I want to start with you. We were kind of even chatting. The very first job that Charlie, or as we like to call him, CP3, got here was because of you. So talk to the fans a little bit about that very first beginning of the journey for him.
So Chuckie's been around for a lot of years, and he's been around monster trucks forever. There was an opportunity where we needed a crew guy, and we hired him. And from day one, he just did a phenomenal job working his butt off. And, a few times he drove for us, and he drove amazingly. So we couldn't be any prouder. I mean, he was a crew chief for us. Now he's with Send It and a crew chief. And what's the coolest thing is now he's a driver. I mean, I'm telling you guys, wait for Chuckie. CP3 is going to burn it down in his tour, and it's going to be amazing. You guys can't wait to see it. He's going to do great.
And John, you also not only have history with Charlie Pauken III, but also with his dad. So talk to me a little bit about that. Even when you were saying John Zimmer Jr. and Charlie were probably not even up to your knee, the history goes that far.
Yeah, it truly does. So his dad, Charlie, and I have been doing shows for years and years. Obviously, his dad is truly one of the best in the business. So when the boys were young, Charlie and I'd be doing the shows, and they'd be in the black playing with the toy Monster Jam trucks or the RC cars. And really, it's just evolved, that friendship. When Charlie got started as a crew guy, I know Johnny always told Chuck, if you ever get the chance, we'd love to have you. And we got the opportunity for him to come on board as a crew chief last year. And me personally, he blew me away on his work ethic. What we do, people and fans always say, oh, we'd love to do this. They do not realize we work so many hours and fight so hard to make these events happen that CP3 was just natural. He makes it happen. So when the opportunity came to put him in a truck and give him his ride this year, we were all for it. I'm super excited, like Matt said. I think people are going to be super surprised at this kid's talent.
And I kind of want to just really piggyback off of that, because one of my questions was, what do you predict for Charlie Pauken III? You know, probably between the two of you, more about his driving style than anybody right now. So what can the fans expect? What about him do you think that will translate on the track?
Don't be surprised. This kid's going to do amazing. The first time we ever put him in a truck, he instantly was doing two-wheel, huge air. He's got it. I've told him so many times he's born to do this job. He has been born and bred to be a monster truck driver. Fans, this kid is going to be phenomenal. It would not put it past me that his first year, he's a contender for the championship on that tour.
And John, you touched about Charlie's work ethic a little bit, and I think that it does almost, in a way, kind of mirror yours as well. And you guys are kind of these like silent hard workers. You're just getting the job done. So do you think that that kind of determination is going to follow him to the track, and that we maybe even might see him do some stuff like John Zimmer Jr.?
Oh, 100%. You know, like you just said, his work ethic is key. And I totally see him being that exact way, but now as a driver and the crew chief of his own truck. So what's really cool is him and John talk about different tricks and techniques, and John lets him in on some of the secret stuff that I don't even think they tell me, but I've been able to see Chuckie do some small shows this year, and his two-wheel skill game is 10 times better than mine. So I'm super excited they have each other to either call during the year, and I just know CP3 is just going to be natural in these arenas.
Well, you know what? There you have it, Monster Jam fans. Right here in the Gas South Arena, we've got the rising stars of Monster Jam thrashing on these trucks so that we can continue those crazy momentums. But a big congratulations to Charlie Pauken III. And we've got more Monster Jam trackside headed your way.